Hello, 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 hello. I'm Dr. Booth. And what I want to share with you today is my thoughts and what I'm going to be doing here on YouTube. This is my very first video, so it's not very slick. I'm using Zoom and my new X Pen, which I've never used before. So this should be entertaining. I'm going to share the screen with you. Share. And there we go. The mind of Dr. Booth. All my content's coming out of my own mind. Uh, who am I? Let me go over here. Home. Pick up my X pen. Choose pen. Choose red. And I am Brian Booth. As you can see, I have blonde hair, kind of a big nose. My eyes are blue. And I usually have a smile on my lips. So that's me. I am a doctor. I have PhDs in a couple subjects. I have one in Christian counseling, and that's based on all my work I've done in psychology and in the church. I have one in geography. Let's see if I can do North America. There's Florida, come up Hudson's Bay. And down here, we'll put South America. Over here, we'll put Africa. Over here, we'll put England and Europe. There we go. Geography and also environmental science. Let's see. It's supposed to be an elephant. So I have PhDs in Christian counseling and geography and environmental science. I have a master's degree in exceptional student education. That's varying exceptionalities, K through 12. That means I can teach any subject at any grade level with any group of exceptional children or any type of exceptionality. I have a bachelor's of professional studies. This X Pen's pretty cool. It's working out cool. I have a BPS in psychology. There's a little brain for you. And human resource administration. How to make people work together, insurance, all that good stuff. So that's who I am. I've been, uh, let's do this right. Life, autism, and death. Okay. I was born, according to my father, as the ugliest child ever born. What happened was I came out nose first. So I had a ring of black and blue all around my face. I was all swollen up. I had 4 ears. Now they had to take those ears and cut them off. Uh, I worried my dad a lot because I couldn't talk. I was autistic. I hadn't learned to talk for years. Uh, but I was never classified. I was kind of Forrest Gump. You know, my mom wouldn't let me be classified because I was smart. In my dad's diary, it says I played chess at the age of 5. I still couldn't talk, but I could play chess. So I'm going to talk about autism from both perspectives, from being autistic and also working with autistic. I am an autism specialist. Uh, so that's where I started off with life. And then from life, we're going to go to death. And we're going to talk about that. Did you know the soul weighs above 50 grams, but less than 100 grams? At least that's according to scientific experiments. Uh, we're going to talk about the rainbow because the rainbow really does stretch all the way down to the ground. And the very bottom one is yellow. And when you're there, it turns gold. And everything turns golden. Not just the pot of gold, but the trees and the leaves and the air itself. It's a wonderful thing. And we also have Gasparilla's treasure. Okay, good old gold coins. You take the gold coins, put them in a big old pot, put a lid on that pot, and then you bury it. But I know where he buried the treasure. So that's something to talk about. Children's stories. I know hundreds and thousands of children's stories. Okay, children are fun. Stories are easy to tell. Depending on their grade level, a story can just be, look, Bobby saw the rock. He picked up the rock. He threw the rock. He broke a window. Children's stories are fun. But where else are we going to go here? Uh, love. I've broken my heart, so I'm not too good at love. Heaven. Oh my gosh. The glory of heaven is a wonderful thing. Seeing millions and 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 millions of people singing beautiful music up up to the heavenly throne, where the light is incredible and it's surrounded by millions and millions of people all the way around it. As far as the eye can see, more and more people all singing, and one song surging up, and another song fading back, and just the movement, and then the cars exploding, and just and then hell far away from here, away from the light of heaven. And there's a battle between those of heaven and those of hell. But that battle is to rescue them. So it's a worthy battle. Motivation. Oh my gosh, I've suffered deep black suicidal depression. I've been useless. I've been on top of things. I've been manic. We can talk about all kinds of motivation. So motivation's a fun thing. You start going and it's easy to go, but then you run into a block. And how the heck do you get around that block? and you look around the block and it goes longer, and you look under it and there's bars, and you look over it and there's like hooks up there trying to catch you. And how do you motivate yourself to get past these barriers? So that's a good question. War. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again now. In Vietnam, okay, you have North Vietnam, and you have the South Vietnam down there, okay? And then over here you had another country, and here you had the trail, the Ho Chi Minh Trail. So what we would do is we'd get a weather front out here rotating around in the Pacific, and we do weather attacks on it. We'd slow down one side of it so it would go that way. And then we'd slow down this side so it would go that way. And then we'd slow down this side so it would go that way. And we'd hit the Ho Chi Minh Trail and would wash it out. There'd be massive rain. And that would create mud. So then they couldn't carry supplies. How about Hawaii? Or maybe it's that way. I forget which way Hawaii goes, and I actually live there. I live down on the Big Island. Okay, and we had volcanoes and all that. But anyway, what about Hawaii? Why don't we control their weather? There's no reason for Hawaii to ever get struck by a hurricane. It's just stupid. Which just brings us up to animal training. Okay, animals are easy to train. You have to know what their limits are, and you have to know how to reward them and punish them. Hi, puppy dog. How are you? You doing good? Just sit, stay. Oh, what a good dog. Wag your tail. He's wagging his tail because I've got a bone for him. That's called a reward. It's called a positive reinforcer. And then we can lock him in a cage. That's called a negative reinforcer because it's taking away his bone and his freedom. So we learn how to do that. Speleogenesis is how caves grow over time. They get larger and larger and longer, and they branch out in different directions. And they go down and they follow the water table. And I am an expert on karst speleogenesis, and caves grow much faster. Speleogenesis is a fast process, not this millions and millions and millions of years. No, 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 no. So I'm going to teach you about speleogenesis. Change management. Things change. Okay. We had rocks, and then they had spears, then they had bows and arrows, then they had chariots. Let's see, can I do a chariot? Okay, it's being pulled by a camel, but we still got the chariot there, and the guy's got the spear, and then we've got crossbows, and then we have guns, and then we have machine guns, and we have bombs, and then we have nuclear bombs. Things change. You start off as small, and you grow up to be a big person, and then you get old, and you got to hold a cane. Businesses get bigger and smaller. They make profits, they lose money. They need to get new people in them. They need to change their processes. So we're going to talk about how to do that. Uh, Birds. You have a beautiful blue sky. And climate change. Climate change is not anthropomorphic. Climate change is natural. It's been happening for thousands of years. It's going to keep happening. We might be going towards an ice age. Okay. So you got to watch out for that ice age coming up. But what we have to worry about is what humans have been doing. Humans have been killing the earth. Oh, I need to pick red. I need to pick red. Red. I keep picking red. Why isn't it coming? Okay, there we go. So humans are destroying the earth. Alien species. Our spreading of alien species is part of it. Man's destruction of ecosystems, of ecology. It's just horrible what's happening. So we're going to talk about that. Growth of knowledge. Knowledge doubles so fast. This is how much we learned between 1800 and 1900. And then in the next 100 years, we doubled that. So now we knew that much. Okay. So now we're at 2000. And then from 2000 to 2010, we doubled it again. Then from 2010 to 2015, we doubled it again. Then from 2015 to 2020, we doubled it again. And then from 2020 to 2023, we doubled it again. The growth of knowledge is accelerating at a geometric rate. It's going fast. It's impossible to be a Renaissance man. You're not going to know it all. Okay. There's a lot of people that are much smarter than I am, and they don't know it all. Science fiction. When my sister died, I read science fiction. Sixth grade, I read science fiction. I read science fiction my whole life. I know a lot about science fiction. That's what gave me my love of science. So I'm gonna do a lot of book reviews, talk about a lot of authors, Asimov, Heinlein, all those good guys. One of the things I learned is power is knowledge. The more power we have, the more knowledge we can unlock. If you think about it, now that we have lasers, we're now unlocking fusion. But we couldn't unlock fission until we had good explosives. We couldn't make explosives till we had good chemistry. So each thing leads to the next one. We get more and more power. Now that we have fusion, we're going to start unlocking the inside of quantum forces. We're going to start going interdimensional. I mean, it's going to be insane as we get more and more power available to us as a society, how much we're going to learn. Let's see. So I'm going to teach classic courses in biology. Okay. Cell theory, Kokai, Spirelli, bacilli. I like amoebas best. Amoeba's the best microorganism. Geography, GIS is Geographic Information Systems, which is how you use a computer to make maps. And there I am. I'm right there. X marks the spot. Psychology, uh, any school of psychology is wrong. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. So if you love those self-help books, you're going to hate me. Religion and God. Okay, what is religion? What is God? What is God's purpose for you in life? What's God's purpose for me? Jesus, I am a Christian. So my master is Jesus. But that doesn't make me ignorant of religions. Okay, it makes me a servant of all. So that makes it interesting. Drugs, legal and illegal. I'm going to talk about mainly mood altering drugs, drugs to help you concentrate. I've had a lot of work with ADHD. Talk about the evil of lithium, Thorazine. We're going to talk about illegal drugs, how to get them, how to use them, how to keep from being killed. Good stuff. Special eds. Okay. Like I said, I got a master's degree in special ed. I've been doing it for 30 years. Okay. I'm really good at that. So let me go over here and see if we've missed anything. Let me go to view, go to 100%, and gun violence. Levan Kennedy was my student. He was killed in March of 2022. He was assassinated. Gun violence has to end. In Philadelphia, where I am now living, it's horrible. Hundreds and hundreds of people being killed, thousands of people being impacted. I mean, it's a crime. So this is who I am. This is what's in my mind. And from this mind, I'm going to create content to entertain you, to educate you, and to challenge you. So God bless and have a happy tomorrow. Okay, so one of the things I have to do is change this camera angle so you can actually see me when I'm drawing and talking. But I'm learning. So let me stop the share. Stop share. And let me say goodbye. And I press this with my magic X pen. And I go end. End meeting for all. Yes.